There is one WWE name continues to hint about coming back for another match and doing it against Tiffany Stratton. In this video, I'm going to share what this star had to say in a recent appearance about the rising star in Tiffany Stratton, why I think it will actually happen, and why it's such a big deal that WWE makes this match happen with Tiffany Stratton. Because Tiffany Stratton, since signing with WWE, has been a top star. She has been positioned as a top star, and she will be. She is a star that will be continuously built for years to come. Currently, she is right now aligned with our women's champion, Nia Jax. She holds Money in the Bank, and she has teased cashing in that contract that guarantees her a championship opportunity up to a year at any given time, at any given place. That is huge leverage for her, and therefore they are using that in her feud with Nia Jax. I think it's actually wonderful that they're doing that, because it gives Tiffany Stratton, A, something to do, B, it gives her an association with Nia Jax, who rightfully or wrongfully is the top women's star on SmackDown, regardless of the loaded talent pool that they have on that roster. And it keeps her in storyline. It also keeps her in a situation in which you never know whether or not tonight is going to be the night that Tiffany Stratton pulls the trigger on that Money in the Bank contract, giving herself a championship opportunity. She has dream matches lined up on both Raw and SmackDown. She even has dream matches still lined up in NXT, because they continuously sign and develop multiple generational type talents. But she could be going back in time, because this name has made headlines yet again, and that star is Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus returned in early 2023 for a feud with Damage Control, where she aligned herself with Lita and Becky Lynch. This led to Stratus turning heel, attacking Lynch, aligning herself with Zoe Stark, and eventually she put over Becky Lynch in a steel cage match at the Payback 2023 Premium Live event, ending her run. She was laid out by Zoe Stark after the match. Earlier this summer, Stratus, she returned to WWE to host the Money in the Bank Premium Live event in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where she did a backstage segment with Tiffany Stratton. Hours later, at the post-event presser, Stratton addressed a potential match with Stratus, noting that she would love to face the veteran. The WWE Hall of Famer has stated that she felt like she checked off some boxes during her last run with WWE. She added that if she felt like she could check off a few more by returning for the Stratton match, she would, and she would certainly entertain it. Now, this is where things get interesting, because while speaking at the Comic-Con Northern Ireland 2024 event, Stratus was asked who she would want to wrestle, and she stated Becky Lynch. Oh, wait, we did that already. From the current landscape, you're saying, what time is it? Is it Tiffy time? I mean, she's a little bit arrogant, and I think it'd be interesting to show her what it's all about from someone back in the day. Maybe Tiffany Stratton. End quote. So Trish continues to tease this match with Tiffany. Tiffany is going to be a major player for WWE for years to come. You know it, I know it, and the office knows it. That's why they've groomed her the way that they've done. That's why they continuously book her the way that they have in NXT, making her NXT Women's Champion to the main roster on SmackDown. Earlier this year, she feuded for the Women's Championship with Bayley. She worked a triple threat with Naomi, I believe at Backlash. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she's always been in the moment. She's always been in the spotlight. And I think WWE will continue to do that as long as they can. And I think that's a beautiful thing for her and her fans. Leading a Trish Stratus Tiffany Stratton match it's a generational gap. It's a generational match. It's a generational storyline. No different from, I believe, 2019, 2018. Trish Stratus came back for another run. She had another retirement match, and she put over Charlotte Flair. That was a notable feud. And just like Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, that was a generational thing. And they were able to bridge the gap in that way. And I think they can do that yet again, as long as they can, right? I think if you look at it from this point, it is a building block for Tiffany Stratton in a lot of ways, because if she can score a win over Trish Stratus, that only solidifies how big of a star that she can be. More importantly, it solidifies how big of a star WWE feels like she can be. And if you can have her convince Trish to come back, do one more match, and even if you want to add stakes to the equation, what if you had Trish come back, and what if you had it in a situation in which it was a retirement match, and not just a retirement match, but like you could put some, special clause in it, in which is like, if Trish Stratus loses, her career is over for good and she can never, ever wrestle again. Something like that. Like, Cody Rhodes, he'd done AEW. You could easily do that with Trish in this regard. And I think that is the way to do it. I think that would be the perfect way to do it in many regards. Because it would not only add stakes to the Trish Stratus-Tiffany Stratton match, but it would make people kind of perk up and go, oh, this match is different. This match actually means it. Because, like, when you put a retirement stip on there, most people, they're jaded because we've already seen, okay, yeah, they do a retirement match, but they come back in the end. Trish Stratus, she's done that, right? We've seen her, and she's come back. And she did it again. And she comes back, right? But Trish is getting older, right? She's not going to be able to do this forever. And so you could make the argument that her 2023 run should have been it. But I feel like there should have been a little bit more of a closure to it. You could have argued that they should have done the retirement step in that steel cage match with Becky, because Trish was so good during that run. Like, if you look at, okay, she came back, she was the nostalgia chick with Lita, yada, 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 and then she turned heel. And everyone's like, oh, she turned heel. And then she changed her gimmick. And, like, she was a completely different gimmick, a different character. She wasn't, nostalgia or anything. And everyone's like, oh, this is different. This is a different Trish. And everyone had their attention on Trish. And that was the beauty of that feud. That was what made that so special, because it's like, okay, yes, you have Becky Lynch. She's one of WWE's top stars. But then you also have Trish Stratus, a legendary name, one of the best to ever do it. And she's doing it at a high level in a different way. She's not relying on her morals or anything like that. And she's doing something new and fresh. That's what made it so exciting. So if you can make it a very fine conclusion of, okay, you could even pull a page out of John Cena's playbook right now, which is, have her come out and say, hey, this is going to be my retirement tour. And it's going to end with, on this day, on this time, at this place, right? Or just come out and say, this is my retirement. Or just do a run and then make it clear in that final match where she eventually wrestles Tiffany, hey, this is my retirement match. No more after this, right? Like, you could easily do that. So I'm curious to see where they go from there. But if you like this video and you want to see more Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton type videos, I highly recommend you check out this video and check out the rest of our playlist. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you are notified every time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.